Aloha awinala kako. It's a beautiful day every day to Shaka and Shine. That's right, we're right here in the heart of Honolulu, Hawaii at the gorgeous Kaimana Beach Hotel in Waikiki. I'm Coco Chandelier and I'd like to ekomomai you to Honolulu Pride 2021. We are celebrating the community and the combined heart of all of our LGBTQIA plus individuals across the Hawaiian Islands and beyond. Please welcome my co-host, Akea Kahikina.
Aloha mai kako. Coco, thank you so much. Mahalo for having me co-host this year.
I was like, hey, ahakela, who is that ui nani kane over there? And I was like, voila, she's over here.
Poof, she's here, Shazam, Marie. Well, thank you so much. You're so sweet.
Cocoa always tastes better in the mouth.
Oh, makawahaho'i. Okay. All right. Let's not forget, we're keeping the pa'ina going right after we ha'ala dash. Join us online for the virtual after party.
Before we go into all of that, Akea, we can't forget to mahalo our prize sponsors.
Yes, that's right, Coco. We can't let their generosity and support go unnoticed.
So mahalo to our Rainbows Over Waikiki presenting sponsors, Hawaiian Airlines, and our visionary sponsors, Bank of Hawaii, NMG Network, Alaska Airlines, First Hawaiian Bank, KHON2, Sake Film Group, Wall to Wall Studios, and American Savings Bank.
And all of this with the support and participation of the Hawaii LGBTQ Legacy Foundation Board of Directors and this year's Honolulu Pride Committee.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Maddelynn Sesepasara. I am the program manager here at Hawaii Health and Harm Reduction Center's Ku'ana project, which is a transgender program here. I got involved from the very beginning. Me and several others before used to work at another agency called Kuleana Mamo, and that was the only transgender agency for trans by trans. When the doors closed, I didn't realize how much of an impact it had on our trans community. And then when I went out in outreach, that's when I started seeing our clients from Kuleana Mamo that were thriving, that were being successful. And it was because they didn't have that place. That's when we realized we needed to do something. We needed a program like Kuleana Mamo. Helping to build leaders is what we needed to do.
One thing I noticed about Ku'ana Project, a lot of the clients here, because in our trans community, we base off like sisterhood, right, or brotherhood or family, that a lot of the clients, I knew them from my past, from being in the scene, from when I was being homeless, and then when I used to, survive on the streets. So a lot of them I know for numerous of years. But when we have the new clients that do come in that none of us ever met before, we go through the basics, do the basic intake, build a relationship, close the door, and let them know that this is a safe space. This is a family, that I'm not here to judge you. You're not here to judge me. We're going to build a friendship, a family maybe, and then help you get to where you need to go. So usually when I go to see my clients, they text me and let me know what they need for me to bring up to them. So my mindset to them is to make sure that the atmosphere is okay, their mindset, see how their mindset is at, and to picture what is next for their next objects, their next goal. Like if I drop them off food today, tomorrow, or next week, what else am I doing for them? It ranges from helping them go to their doctor's appointments, or going to the state capitol to drop off name changes, or dropping off hygiene and some food, like how we were going to see one of our clients.
We have so much now to offer our clients, but we know that we can't do it alone. So it's so important to build these leaders and having them help us and bringing them in and making sure that they're staying connected and getting the services that they need. But I'll be here for a little while. Yeah, my community needs me and I need my community, This is my passion and my love, and I just love doing what I do for my community. Yeah, and I just love seeing them thrive.
What an inspirational mo'olelo from our Universal Show Queen sister, Maddelynn Ashton. We would like to mahalo NMG Network for their gorgeous work in creating these personal interest segments for tonight.
She's very ikshe.
She's very ishishe akubonbe.
Yes. Very Hawaii now. What do you think?
Very Hawaii now. But speaking of Hawaii now, Pride doesn't happen just on Oahu. It happens on Maui. It also happens on Boko o Keawe, Hawaii Island, on both the hot side in Kona and the wet side in Hilo.
Well, get your Swiffer, okay?
And let's not forget Kauai too.
And to celebrate with them, we want to give a shout out to all of our neighbor islands and express how they do their pride on each of those mokupuni, okay?
What I've observed and witnessed living here is that I think so much of our queer community and LGBTQ plus youth are fearful because there's not more visibility and representation on the island.
We have got to educate and inform the teachers because previously I'd been told we don't have gay kids at Island School, which is mind-boggling, and I had to fight that battle. I had to fight that, yes, you do, just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not there.
And so I think talking with friends about Pride and lack of major events on Kauai, we wanted to fix that, and our solution was to create a Kauai Pride Parade and show the visibility that Kauai deserves.
LGBTQ people come, in all ages and all sizes and all family organizations and all kinds of relationships. What's been great about what Matthew has done, what Maddie has done, is that his focus has always been family friendly. So I had, 8 and 9-year-old kids who were dancing in my parade. I think that's significant.
And I can be around all these people like me, and it feels really nice to have that because we haven't always had that.
It's just being able to provide support for your peers and yourself, and being able to just really look out for each other and knowing that we're all accepted. Yeah.
The community here in Kauai in general is like a lot more supporting of the idea. And if you want to be seen in a certain way, people will see you in the way you want to, which is really comforting.
In this kind of community, you're accepted for who you are, and everyone is just like, hey, you're a cool dude, kind of thing.
I can't wait for my students to go home and tell their parents how much fun they had. Like, oh my God, I had so much fun in the parade today. Like, that's a seed that's being planted,
The response has been insane. I'm sure there's things that don't make it to my ears, but overwhelming positive response. And people need it, this community needs it, and someone has to build it. And if I can just organize and do some of the background work, fulfilling some of those contracts to give the island something that it needs.
People have engaged with the rules of quarantine in all different ways. Many of us have used it as an opportunity to get creative, as is the case of our friends Jim Corry and Evans Siskel, a couple that has been in love for over 30 years.
30 kanakolu? Oh.
Yes, kahiko aloha.
Okay. Well, what a great example of taking some pandemic lemons and turning it into a gold sequin lemonade. Sip, sip.
Love it, yum, yum.
I knew theater was in my blood back in junior high school. In junior high school, I waited until Wednesday to go to the library to get the arts and leisure section of the New York Times because it took that long to get to Minnesota. My name is Jim Corry. My professional name is James Corry. Well, I'm a costume designer. I'm from Minnesota. I was given a full scholarship and a graduate assistantship to do my Master of Fine Arts degree at New York University. So I arrived there in 1970 and became a New Yorker.
So my name is Evans Siskel,
and I was born and raised in New York City. So Jim and I literally met on the street. I was more naive than he was because I was walking my two precious little dogs. But we got to talking and we talked for a long time and then exchanged info. And two gay boys from New York, we were like, we loved going to the theater. We loved going to all events. And I was like, oh, finally another gay guy who's not into designer everything.
Being a costume designer, you don't dress yourself. You wear a uniform. I always wore a black Lacoste, blue jeans, cowboy boots, black blue jeans, and I dress other people. I never dress myself. And of course, Halloween is the worst time of year for us because everybody comes to you. So I never dressed up, ever.
We had done the judging of the Halloween at Hula's, their costume contest a few years ago, and the next morning he woke up and he said, I have this great idea for next year. He loves the period of Louis XIV, the Renaissance, medieval, Victorian, all of those.
Well, Louis is considered the father of ballet as we know it today. So he's also the father of fashion because that was extremely important as well. And a lot of courtiers went bankrupt trying to furnish themselves in gowns that were acceptable for the court.
He loves to sketch, and all of a sudden he had 3 sketches of Louis, and then he researched Louis's Queen Maria Therese, and the next thing was seeing if we wanted to turn these into actual costumes, and he started ordering fabric.
My clothes look very much like my sketches. And I refer to these constantly. I pull them out. They're working Bibles for me. I pick the fabrics because of what I drew. And I pick the colors because of what I painted. What has ended up being is 8 clothes that could definitely go to a ball at Carnival of Venice, and I would be very proud of that. Or even Mardi Gras, and a float in Mardi Gras. They're opulent, but they're very period. But they're still over the top opulent, but they're still very period. Seeing them here dressed today, I'm pretty impressed.
We really do feel blessed, because again, I never, when you're young and you have this idealistic vision of what it might be like to pair up with somebody and have that kind of a relationship, you wish that you had everything and we promised each other we would, and forgetting, wedding vows, we really did promise each other to be that for one another. He knows that I love to watch him create, and it gives me so much joy to see him doing what he loves to do.
What sorts of things are you guys looking forward to as creatives and also as a couple?
Well, I'm hoping nothing changes.
There was that guy Romeo that we met, right? No.
Well, we still look. We're married. We're not dead, But
Well, my name is G. Dolce. I was born in Panama City, Panama. I moved to Hawaii 16 years ago.
I'm Jason. I've been doing this since 2015 when the club opened up. I was born and raised on Oahu.
And I've been happily married to Jason for the past 6 years, but we've been together for the past 16 years pretty much.
36 in gay years.
36 in gay years.
We always went out dressed up kind of, fabulous. I've been going to clubs since the early 1990s, never mind. And I loved watching the queens on stage, but I feel like we just needed more creativeness. I feel like we just needed more polish. So I wanted to see more animation. I feel like what we were doing was giving you a chance to see something that you would never really see on the eye. We started in 2015, and we were given the opportunity to have a night where we can actually express ourselves and have fun.
I was infatuated with the 90s club kids from New York, the limelight. So that kind of drove my looks, more of that like a little bit bizarre. And so I feel like from there, that was kind of like the idea for our show. You know, do something that Hawaii was so much more focused on trying to be real and trying to portray the real woman. So we just wanted to do something to throw a little spice into the mix.
In the beginning, we didn't really know exactly where it was going to. They gave us a Thursday night. The club needed to be filled on a Thursday night. I mean, how do you do that? We literally went out and put flyers on cars, stood outside, said, hey, you want to see more people like us? Come watch our show. I mean, glitter on the floor, glitter in some people's drinks, I think. I mean, awesome. It was so much fun.
The thing with us particularly, I feel, about Party Monsters, we pay a lot of attention to detail. We're very into detail from head to toe. There is tons of work that goes into what we do. Like, first and foremost, we need to create what the theme is gonna be like. From there, we create our own costumes, numbers, music. We create our group routines, which we call the opening or closing acts.
I want to say about a year into it, we started to really hone in and focus on a core cast that we really wanted to grow from, learn from, and move forward with the show.
I would say probably within the past 2 to 3 years, it has expanded out of being just a show into becoming literally like our own little family. It just organically happened that we all came together.
For instance, Jerica is our dancing diva. Who doesn't want to have a pop princess a part of our cast? So there comes Vivi. Our newest baby is Sativa. I mean, she's just amazing on stage, her body. We had a small vision and became bigger and bigger. And hopefully, after we're gone, maybe Party Monsters stays on.
What a wonderful time I've had with you, Akea, hearing about all these mo'olelo and the inspiration from our LGBTQIA plus community.
Aye, and all this inspiration is making me feel kind of orm-wagas and uzzy
chatamata kudasai.
Wait! Don't forget about the after party.
I could never forget you, Miss Candy Shell.
Oh, it's Candy Shell, everyone. I think you have something very special planned for us, yes?
Yes, I'm here. We're online. How crazy is that? And we're also in Olelo Community Media. But get this, but also at home on your computer. Like, kind of trippy, right? Join us over at HonoluluPride.com.
We'll do that. Well, as you can see, we're moving to the after paina with hosts Candy and Matt, along with superstar DJ Keala Kennelly.
Thank you to our Rainbows Over Waikiki presenting sponsor, Hawaiian Airlines, home of Miss Pulani Platinum.
And also thank you to our visionary sponsors, Bank of Hawaii, Alaska Airlines, NMG Network, First Hawaiian Bank, KHON2, Sake Film Group, Wall to Wall Studios, and American Savings Bank. I am Coco Chandelier.
And I am Akea Kahikina. Keep that shaka and shine because we are stronger together, okay?
Aye. Happy Pride, everyone, and we love you, and we love to see you at the after party.
Hui ho.
Aloha, Bulavanaka.